Picture this. You are living in a country where you are not free to access news channels, newspapers, internet, radio, social media, or any sort of media. Imagine that you are virtually isolated from the rest of the world by the authoritarian rulers who muzzle the media and keep a chokehold on information through restrictive laws, fear, and intimidation. Bizarre, isn't it? Greetings and salutations to my dear spectators. Today, I, Natasha Sheikh, stand in front of you all to throw a glimpse at the roles and responsibility of media in a democracy. Now, the situation we just imagined is what exactly happens in communist countries, such as the very famous for its secrecy, North Korea. But democracy, my friends, is not a one-man show. A government of the people, by the people, and for the people is not all that easy to follow. And this is something that every one of us is clear with since decades now. To have a strong democratic setup, the government and the people need to go hand in hand. And this requires a bridge, which is media. Media is considered as the fourth pillar in democratic countries, along with legislature, executive, and judiciary. Freedom of media comes under freedom of speech, guaranteed by the Indian Constitution, according to Article 19A. Importance of media in a way is influencing people. Now, I won't go too far, but take the example of our very own Indian media. This can be gauged by the role it played during our freedom struggle, by politically educating millions of Indians who then joined their leaders in the fight against British imperialism. Media came into existence in India in 1780s, and since then it has matured leaps and bounds. It has been playing a very crucial role in shaping the human minds, and it is rightly said that media is the mirror of a society. Role of media in Indian society has undergone massive changes. From the times when most of the Indian population was illiterate to this time when people are too much aware of the global happenings, media has molded its existence. There was a time when people literally gathered together to gain some information about the political and social happenings, when leaders actually took efforts to make the crowd aware of their surrounding in and around the country. And there is this time when people literally just tweet out what is happening, leaving a particular section of the society totally unknown by the fact that was just presented in form of a social media comment. One of the basic tasks of media is to provide truthful and objective information to the people for their social, political, and international awareness, to reach an informed opinion. This makes media an important stakeholder in a democracy, to shoulder the responsibility to present unbiased, honest news without any vested interest. Now, one might say that more than all these positives, these days there have been highlights of negative impacts of media in the country. Journalism is becoming irrational, biased, corrupt, threatening, negatively attacking, and now what our President Kovind calls as the breaking news syndrome, highlighting the growing instances of fake news being shown on national television. Now, it is a fact that an informed citizen is more likely to feel empowered to enjoy his democratic rights and get the outcomes of free and fair elections. But this is not likely to be a case when journalism is obliged and unfavored from playing its very role. People feel that an incident is better stable and not in highlights of media because that incident is somehow going to be exploited by additionals to it and by exploitation of its content, leaving the common man in a state of total confusion of what just actually happened. But the best part of it is, it provides us with choices. Choice to what newspaper we want to read, choice to what news channel we want to watch, choice to what news reporter we want to follow. And this is what democracy is all about. Choices. There are going to be some negatives, some positives, but it is we who are going to decide what should be our choice. But of course, by bringing communities together, by giving a voice to people on each side of a conflict, by showing how people on both the sides suffer a consequence of a violence, media can help estranged groups to come back together. Now I would like to conclude my speech by a very famous quote by Edward R. Murrow. A nation of sheep will beget a government of wolves. So let us not be blind followers and mute spectators. Let us stand only for what is right and make the best of our choices. Only then will we be able to taste the real essence of democracy. Thank you.